Salvations, great souls, in the magnificent light of God that never fails. And welcome to the readings of Magnificent Light. In our series today, we will be contemplating on the power of sending out a thought. Yeah, you heard that, sending out a thought. So, what does it really mean to send out a thought? Sending out a thought is like letting something cook. You have done all you're supposed to do, and it appears it is not getting the way you want it to go. It's not moving in the direction you want it to go. But you know you've done everything you should do. You've done everything you should do, and then along the line you discover that some people have made some errors that are affecting you, or some people somewhere or someone somewhere has not done what he or she has to do to perfect what you're supposed to do, and they have made a mistake that is affecting you. It's not your fault. You've done everything you should do, and it's almost making you discouraged. No, don't be discouraged. It is in such times that you exercise the doctrine of sending out a thought. The divine wire cable to the cosmic to bring about an experience you desire. I tell you a very short story. A certain man desired to have a certain music he used to hear when he was a kid. Like 50 years down the line, he no longer hears that song again. Because the father used to play it as a kid, when he was a kid. So he was hearing it. By the time he grew up to be a man and had the feeling to listen to the music, the father was dead, the records are all lost, and there's no family member with the records anymore. So he lost it. But he so loved that song. That song always gave him a chill, always gave him sweetness in the spirit, in his feeling. So one day he learned about the principle of sending out a thought. And before he went to bed, he said, I am sending out this thought that wherever and whoever still has this song in their possession, may I have access to them, and may they likewise have access to me. And may we meet just with this experience that I will receive this song. A month passed, 2 months passed, 3 months passed, 4 months passed, and he made a trip to a neighboring town on official duty. And where he went to get something to eat, he saw a very old woman who came with a very well wrapped pack of items. No, he never could tell what was in those items initially. But the woman just came up to him and said, I have this stuff and I don't just feel like throwing them away because they are still very useful. I know you don't know me, I'm a perfect stranger and I don't know you, but I just think you look like my husband and I should give you this stuff. Whatever you think is useful in it, you can have it. Of course, this man was a very wealthy man. He didn't really need those stuff because he was well to do. But out of courtesy and respect for the old woman, he decided to take the carton of the gift from her and just dropped it in his car. He thanked her very nicely, and she was happy he did, collected those things, and she left. And so his mission came to an end in that locality, and he had to travel back home. So he drove back home. 2 weeks, 3 weeks passed, that carton was still in his vehicle. He hasn't pulled it out. So there was need to make a trip some other time, and he had to make space. So he brought out the carton. And then something just said, let him just look through and see what was in this carton, what is in it. And lo and behold, he opened the carton. There was an old cartridge with that song he asked for inside. And when he played the cartridge, that song he's been looking for, he had it. And he owned it. So the beauty of this story is in the fact that he sent out a thought and it brought back to him what he desired from an unlikely source. Let us always try to send out thoughts. Whatever we desire in life that isn't coming the way we want it, let us let it cook and send out a thought. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, someday our thoughts will return to us with answers fulfilled. May you have blessings in the magnificent light of God that never fails. Prosperity, peace, and protection. Always. Amen.